Pleasant good evening to each and everyone from Georgetown, Guyana and the diaspora. Fellow citizens of Guyana, today I want to bring you all into something very great. When I look at everything on the diaspora, is everybody trying to be a representation or a representative of something, which is good, that's common understanding. But my argument is, let us not sweep what we know in the corner, because it can happen again. I noticed the opposition who's up now, members of the PPP, Ramjata Nagamutu, who joined them, was also a member of the PPP who was trained one way. And someone told me they are going to give me a video where they got Ramjatan was speaking in Berbice a few years ago. I'm waiting on it. Then if I get it, I'll play it and you will see a snake will always be a snake. But at the same time, before I continue, I want you all to subscribe to my channel and press the bell so you will get the next update. Let's deal with the political scene of Guyana right now, as you might be aware of what's taking place. All those who born from 1966 come forward, you don't know one shit but what you witnessed as growing up. Ask your parents and your grandparents if they still survive the Burnham disease in the past. Not Desmond Hoyt, an honorable soul. All the rest had hatred in their mind. Not your heart. Your heart is a pump. Pump your blood and your oxygen in their mind, the brain that control it. They operate Guyana worse than any African leader living in Mother Africa today. They run Guyana in such a way that I don't know if they were schooled in Uganda by Idi Amin. Unfortunately, the Guyanese Indians should be lucky with the other race that if we had a man like Idi Amin who drove the Indian out of Uganda, 90 hours he says to leave his country. I will give you that clipping. And he get rid of them. And yes, he claimed Africa have found the real son and a great leader. And maybe the man is right. That is Africa. That's an African for you. He drove those who came, then he said it clear they came to build train line and roadway and everything. Now the job is over. Plenty of them born and grew there. He drove everyone out. India, who you all just call Mother India, turned their back on them. Pakistan, who's India also divided by religion, didn't accept none. Nor Bangladesh, it was the European. As you, the black people, say, the white man slave you. Do the maths and look to the future. Today with this cell phone you can see the world in second. Politicians cannot lie anymore because you can see it. In Guyana, ladies and gentlemen, I see some people wrote in the diaspora about the late Walter Rodney. What happened to the others? Rupert Rupnaran was with him. David Hines was with him. And Omar Wali, I think, was with him, and many more. Where are these people? If I remember right, it's alleged after WPA joined PNC as APNU, Rupert Rupnaran, according to what I'm saying, it was alleged, if my memory serves me right, that Rodney was really wanting to do what he was accused for. Well, I am not his defender. But imagine an Indian would sell his mother. That's why I told you Judas had to be an Indian for silvers. And Peter had to be another one who denied he didn't know the man. That's the trade of an Indian. And the black man is still helpful no matter much you argue with him. He lifted the cross off of Jesus and helped fetch it to the destination. Do your study and study the genetics of the human race. Think of it. The only thing I am upset with the black race all over the world, stop talking about slavery. especially you who in the Caribbean, America and elsewhere from that time to now, how would you all like to be given back the opportunity to go back to Africa, and you will not be a football player? You will be a boxer because the European control that market. You all know that. What will become of you? Great actors, actress, great singers, dancers, guitar player, saxophone player, soccer ball, basketball, boxing. You make millions and billions, but none of you out of Africa adopt some children, no part of Africa. Why? To my knowledge, correct me if I'm wrong. I see Madonna adopt black children. She's a white woman. I see other white actresses and singers adopt them. And I see others in England, France, Holland, Belgium adopt them. But I ain't see one black woman adopt a white or Chinese child. Not even their own black brothers and sister children from Africa. So I want you all to answer my question. Maybe I'm ignorant to the fact. I would like to know if there are any one of you. Some of you got billions. You rather pay it in tax. Oprah still went and built a school or something in Africa. I ain't hear none of you doing that. Some of you make track boots. $1,500, $3,000, $2,000. You couldn't bring it down for $10 to meet your black brother in Harlem, Chicago, Washington, another part? No. You know why? Because you talk about slavery. But if you think about it, you are more merchants than the Jews, the Indian, and the same white man, as you say. Friends, don't be ungrateful, because this world do not belong to none of us, white, black, Indian, or Chinese. It belongs to a creator called God. No man see him, so they don't know his color. He make the human race. Whether you call yourself dark, black, brown, or yellow, he make that. You did not make it. What are you discriminating against? Black man, white man, Chinaman, Indian, you discriminating against color and nationality. Because God made man, then you're discriminating against him too. Africa today ruled by Africans. The descendant of all Africans is ruled by. What are you doing to your people, African leaders? Many of you, this is the month of Ramadan. Y'all are keeping fast. Today, Saudi Arabia and Dubai and many other, Egypt and Arabia and Libya, young African men and women have been raped, beaten, and killed, and sold as slaves. Where are you African leaders? You have no mouth. You cannot speak. Everything is the white man. Is the white man have to pick up those cases for you? I must say the fairness. Did the Chinese help? But they're all over Africa. They're in the Caribbean. They're in Central and South America. But I'll be honest, they are living by themselves. They don't fight nobody. They do their business. But you, the black race out of Africa, should be lucky and count your lucky star the European brought you out. Today, you dress so modern with your three-piece suit. People still in Africa have to wear second-hand clothes coming from Europe, America, and Canada, Australia. Think, my friend, the gadget that we use in our hand to speak to you from, the cameras and all, was designed by the scientists in Europe, America, and elsewhere. They were sent to China with a blueprint to make it cheap labor. And Chinese own everything now. So where are you? The white man take your gold. The white man take your diamond. The white man take your lumber, my friend. Ask your black brothers them, where is the money? Is it in a black bank? It's in a European bank called the Swiss. It is in a European bank, as you call white man. The plane that they're traveling in was created by the same white man. Those years they used to have ships with sail, today with engine technology. We should be grateful. We must not go back 100, 200 years, because the first slave owner was a black man. If the Bible is right and the Quran is right, given where he come from, he couldn't be a Chinese man or an Indian. Abraham. And he lied. His wife Sarah told him, Abraham, since I can't bring forth a child for you, and I give the four-letter word, fuck you, slave. She should have been beheaded as much as him. So what are you people talking? And you black men in the Caribbean and Guyana and in Africa, child mother and child father, you're not holding responsibility. Look at Malawi or whatever it is. Rich country is the poorest people, the black leaders. But I called upon the United States government, the European Union, and other civilized human beings to come together. If any country is exploiting their people, cut them off from any business or association. You do it to Venezuela. You do it to Cuba. You do it to other countries because you can't get the gold, the diamond, and the oil for a price. People are getting wise now. It is time for we to unite and save this world from another catastrophe, which is not too far off if we don't behave ourselves. And for you, the black men, again, I must tell you, stop talking this thing slavery because you were the first slave owner. 500 or 700 years you ruled Spain, the Moors. You went through Europe. Check your history book, man. We modern generation don't want to hear that garbage. We want to be united and parents must be together. A man must take care of his children, not to leave them in the wilderness. And you Indian, you don't talk race because you're so corrupt and covetous and ungrateful. But again, between both race, there's good amongst you. Okay? In Guyana, I will tell you here today, out of 233 to 32,000 blacks, 70,000 to 80,000, God can open heaven and allow them to enter. You don't have to worry, honorable, decent, loving and kind and devoted. But if we take 10 Indian and they could find a way to throw him out of heaven, if you think Lucifer came down 6 hours, he will make it in 6 minutes when these Indians done with him. I'm telling you. But you have good ones. An Indian woman will marry into a family just to divide it. She will rush to the Obia man to destroy a family. She will do voodoo to accomplish what she wants and don't use her physical sense and want to conquer a man by learning to go clean the house and respect the family. Y'all want to go to heaven? Well, if you're from Guyana and God take plenty of you in heaven, I go wait in hell. Guys, only a matter of time y'all coming down. Y'all are corrupt. Wake up. Barra Jack Dio. I got a video, I'm going to put it out in the next coming. Like I released in one with an African priest to tell you, you vote and put the politician in power and you can't speak to them. They make law to deny you your rights. The courthouse is corrupt because of the politician and racism and the partyism. If you're a PNC, you're untouchable. If you're a PPP, when the PNC in power, you don't even have to commit a crime like Anthony Snow. But I warn the judge and magistrate, your children shall eat the filth that cometh from their ass. I curse your generation. We don't thief, we don't sell drugs. We are honorable, we decent, we like to help everybody. Take Yasin Ali that dead. Next door neighbor might be a relative of ours, who know. Anyway, this effing bastard went. He fight land, he fight judges in court for land. The man Mohanlal say he buy an egress and egress dam. Come on, Mr. Ali. It's the month of Ramadan. Don't use the religion to cover your filth and sin. For what you think man in see, Allah no. And I want you to know, Mr. Barry Jack Dio, talk about David Granger, the former president, driving one of the most expensive cars in Guyana. Look at his house. He gave Burnham daughter the whole land in the back of the garden. And he was not embarrassed to say, and she sold it and make a good change. What did he give to the Indian and the black people? Or what did Burnham give to all of you? only the criminals he gave to was protecting him. So you, the military and the police force, your job is to protect the nation. If the president tells you to kill people or jail people such as the judge, report it to the UN and go public with it. For their days are numbered under the blue sky. No man lives forever. And every crime shall be open from the late Fast Burnham to now. And even if you're 300 years old, you shall have a trial. You wouldn't like it. So I call upon the two major races to come together quick and unite. Start building bridges and roads and build houses for the people. No more house rent. No more squatters. And invest on the hospitals. Bring foreign doctors. And those who buy expired drugs, lock them up. They are criminals. They're slow poisoning the people. So Barrett Agnew exposing the new government, and they're exposing him. You, the Indian and black, what more you want to hear? You think it's a boxing match or wrestling match? You're putting them to fight each other while they're thieving and only doing that for you all to see. And behind closed doors, they're dancing and drinking champagne, and you and your wife and children feeling pain. I call upon you all to unite for a national front government. We tried the black man, it's problem. We tried the Indian, they're selling out everything. What happened to the indigenous tribes? Which God wants you? Y'all might throw his ass out of heaven. Y'all might throw Muhammad and Jesus out of heaven. So I call upon the Almighty God in the month of Ramadan. Hear my cry and rock Guyana with a tidal wave and a disease followed by an earthquake. In the name of the righteous God to show me he's there and take the wicked out. Release all prisoners and make room for the political prisoners. Thank you. And I am your host, George Correa. Thank you.